Hello, if you're wondering what the digital marketing campaign looks like for an HVAC company doing $5 million or more in sales, this video is for you. My name is Matthew Rupp. I'm the founder of HVAC Marketing Success. We work with a lot of HVAC companies that are either at or have a goal of or on their way to doing $5 million in sales. We've had a lot of success, whether it's big increases in website traffic, more calls, more conversions, more appointments, more leads. We're constantly looking for, okay, how can we track success? Different clients in different cities have different needs and different systems in place. But as much as possible, the more ways we can track and be able to show our clients significant success, that's the name of the game. That's what it's all about. Okay, let's jump right in. Before we get into the $5 million plan, it's helpful to understand two things, and I'll try and cover them as quickly as possible. It's important to understand that 90% of searches on Google start with someone trying to solve their problem. Few people are going to start with their HVAC system isn't working, I better call the HVAC guy. I mean, a lot of times they're going to Google, and we know this. There's thousands of searches a month for my AC is frozen up, my AC is blowing warm air, my thermostat's dead, my furnace is clicking. That's where 90% of the searches are. And the second point is that Google's very, very good at what they do. A big part of what, and we're going to go through the 7 or 8 different points in this plan, but a big part of what we do for our clients that makes a really, really big difference at helping them get to that $5 million level is helping Google see, A, who they are, B, where they are, C, what they do, and D, why they're the best choice. Why are they the best at it? That's what Google's really, really good at. So we're just helping Google. And while this is a real involved process, at the end of the day, we only have to be better than the other guys. And that's real important to know because there's 100 moving pieces and there's a lot of things that matter. But when you start a plan by looking at your competition and your city and your market, and you look at all of the different factors and you see, who's number one, who's really, really behind in which area, it's not hard to put together a plan for, okay, this is how we're going to get where we want to go. It's just being better than everybody else in all the important areas. We're going to cover seven really key areas that make up a plan that you absolutely have to have these 7 areas really dialed in to get to $5 million a year. The first one is well, it sounds simple, but it's super important, is just getting organized. We need photos, video, a description of your business, your holiday hours, when you started. We need to get all the details of your business in one place, and we help our clients do that. So once again, to tie back to the beginning, we want to be really clear who you are, where you are, what you do, and why you're the best at it. So the better we can get organized and kind of get our story straight from the beginning, makes things much, much easier and go a lot faster. Okay, the second point of the $5 million plan is your Google My Business profile. That's the area that we really, really help our clients in a big way, is just making sure it's as up-to-date as possible. You got to think about it. Google's looking for who's the best fit, who's really in the city, who's active, who is really in this business, who's how clearly can they see that? And your Google My Business profile is foundational for that. We can add photos, we can add video, we can make sure the category is correct, a description of the business, holiday hours. It's full of things that we can update on a regular basis to make stronger and stronger and stronger. Okay, the third super important step is photos. If I know you have photos and they're on different phones and computers and spread all over the place, if you don't have a ton of photos, then we take photos. We'll travel and take photos. We'll hire somebody local. Photos are super, super important. It tells your story. It helps Google see all the things that we're trying to prove. So, I can't overstate the importance of photos. Plus, we can take a handful of good photos, turn that into a video with a voiceover, and there's a dozen more things we can do with that video. So photos are super important. The fourth step is telling your story. This is so impactful. Almost without fail, the About page is the highest viewed page on our clients' websites. People want to know that they're doing business with a real person, a real company, someone that takes pride in what they do, someone that's done it for a long time. And being able to tell your story, how the business has grown, how you different milestones, or moved to this location, or expanded into this area, or helped this person or gave to this cause or involved in the community, like that are your kids in the business or second generation. You've been in the business for 35 years and grew up in the industry. I mean, this is really, really important. When people come to your website, they're not looking for a reason to stay. They're looking for the first reason to leave. So, I mean, there's having a real person, kind of some heart, kind of a story behind the business, super impactful and super important. And that's an area we really shine in helping our clients in, and it's an integral part of being of getting to $5 million a year. Okay, step number 5 is your website. Your website doesn't need to cost a fortune. Your website needs to do 3 things. As quickly and clearly as possible, it needs to, when someone comes to your website, they need to know that they're in the right place without having to figure it out and guess and wonder and scroll around. A, that they're in the right place. B, we need to build trust. We can do this in a dozen different ways, but we need to make them feel comfortable that they're in the right place and that doing business with you, calling, reaching out, sending a message is a good decision. And C, we need to lead them to action. We need to make it very, very clear what they need them to do. The more clearly we can do those 3 things, the more effective your website is. Okay, number 6 is content. Content is anything that's on your website. It could be video, it's a blog post, it's the service pages where it talks about AC repair or AC install. If you remember at the beginning of the video, we talked about 90% of searches start with someone trying to solve their problem. The AC's frozen up, my furnace is clicking, the thermostat's dead, my AC's doing this, making a funny sound. Okay, if that's what your customers are looking for, that's the kind of content we need to have on your website. This is what someone's looking for, is my AC is frozen up. That needs to be one of the pieces of content, a blog post we have on your site, that's literally what the title is. And we talk about, don't, just turn the system off. Don't switch to heat to try and thaw it out. Don't do this. Don't try and chip the ice off and what can go wrong there. I mean, we're being helpful. We're providing value. I mean, Google see that you have original content that relates to the subject and is supported by this. That's a perfect recipe and that's a customer. If someone's looking for heating and air, that's not necessarily a customer. That has no intent. That's people trying to identify heating and air companies to sell them stuff, or distributors, or suppliers of every kind, or temp agencies. But if you have someone who's looking for, my furnace is clicking, that's a customer. That's what we want. Those are the easy fights. So if there was one secret weapon, I would say that's more important than anything else is content. Relevant, useful, up-to-date content. Not just about your customers' pain points, but at the same time, content that helps Google see where you are, that you're involved in the community, what you do, why you're the best at it. You've been in the business for a long time. You have this many people that work for you, and we talk about those people and their lives and things that's going on in the business. All of that content helps tell your story, helps Google see why you're the best fit, and is an absolutely, I don't know how an HVAC company could get to $5 million in sales without good content. They could go on and on about it, and you have to have it. It's a huge area that we've brought a lot of value to our clients in. It's super important. Okay, the 7th, and again, one of the most important steps to an HVAC marketing campaign that'll get you to $5 million or more is making your marketing, as much as possible, making it measurable. If it's not measurable, you can't manage to it. So, I mean, there's a number of ways that we do this. One of the ways is we use a heat tracking tool on all of our clients' websites that allow us to see what gets clicked on, how far they scroll down, really what's getting engaged with and what's not. It's interesting what's happened a lot of times. The client will think something's a real good idea, or a certain page or a call to action or a piece of content or color, whatever it is, something's a good idea. And my super smart brain, I'll think, I don't really think that's a good idea. And maybe we'll try it their way and then we'll try it my way. And what's interesting is how many times we've both been wrong. But at the end of the day, I mean, if you think about it, it really doesn't matter if you're wrong. It doesn't matter if I'm wrong. What's most important is that we can see what's right, and that's what the customer wants. That's just one example. As much as possible, the point is we want to make your marketing measurable. We want to look at what content's working, where your calls are coming from, where you're not getting calls, It's all about, at the end of the day, you kind of constantly be looking at, okay, what's working? We need to do more. How can we do more of that? What's not working? And let's stop doing that. The better we can make your marketing measurable, that's the more effective we are, the faster we can get traction and help you get to $5 million. If this sounds good, we can jump on a call and we'll just have a chat and see if we're a good fit. I can promise you that first call, I'm not going to try and sell you anything. I can give you an idea what we do, how we do it, and learn more about your business and some of your pain points. And I will not try and sell you anything at all on that first call. If that sounds good, you can click below and schedule a time and we'll make it happen. Thanks.